Hey peeps! Hey YouTube peeps! So, it's a special day. It's not my 1 year. This was intentional. This was entirely intentional.
Bullshit.
It is my 1 year, 1 month, 1 day Dreadiversary. Anyway, so that's what today is. So it's my triple Dreadiversary?
Wah, 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 wah.
Triple one? 11-1? 111? What?
13-13-1? 13-13-13.
No, not 13. What, 13?
It's November 13th.
It's
It's the 13th day of the 13th month.
Yeah. What?
But it's not 13. Not
So it could be either the 111 or... Well, too bad it's not 2013. Oh, shit, that'd be nice. Anyway, so it's special. It's special. So it means a couple of things. One, a shit ton's changed because I intentionally am a lazy ass and did not post my video so that it would build up to this moment. And it means that y'all, when y'all watch this, you can be like, oh shit, so much changed. I'm assuming that y'all want to see my hair already. What? No. Anyways, so first thing is, normally I wear my bangs. It doesn't want to do it right now. Normally I wear my bangs like that. But in the past couple months, I've been training them to do either because I want that versatility. I've been trimming my hair lately. A friend of mine told me a couple of weeks ago that it looked like the ends of my dreads were a little bit lighter than the rest of a dread or dreads. And they said they thought it looked cool. But to me, that says damage. So, 1 is punching bag dreadies drive me crazy. 2, I think punching bag dreadies make it look less like dreadlocks on my head. And number 3 is damage. So, really aesthetics, and it's healthy for my hair. It's been terrifying because I don't exactly trim my hair when I'm in a good place. And it doesn't happen calmly for some reason. Like, oh, I'm going to trim my hair today. No, it doesn't happen like that. It seems to happen more along the lines of I'm either really angry or frustrated or irritated or something with it. Normally, when people would go get their hair trimmed or cut or whatever, they would think it through and then they would go to the salon and get the haircut that they want. However, part of the reason why I am doing what I am doing with my hair is because I don't want to have to go to anybody else. I want to be able to do this myself. Fuck the police. I've had moments where I've trimmed like 5 or 6 when I was just feeling really depressed about my hair. I was just like looked in the mirror and I'm like, fuck this shit. Right after I trim it, I am really depressed. Like, why did I do that? Oh God. And I either keep going, and then I look at the little pile of hairballs in the trash can and go, maybe I need to take a couple steps back, take a breather, try this another day. So that's been the whole trimming process. I guess I'll show y'all the progress next. Let's do progress. Let's do a spin around. Alright, so yeah, this is front. Yo, dreadies. What's going on? Dreadies. Sorry, guys. Anyway, so them's the dreadies, and I'll show y'all how they look now. There is one. This one has been cut. It does not have a wispy end because I just cut it today. So it has a blunt end. It's blunted. Blunt end is blunted. That one might be the next sacrifice. Just saying. It feels really good to trim my hair. Good, scary, liberating, awesome, terrifying. I think these two are like the biggest on my head right now. Or on the top of my head. Sorry. Yeah, that just happened. That one might be sacrificed again. Add that one as well. Yeah, that one is definitely going to be sacrificed. Loose hair. This one might have been cut. Might have been cut. I don't think this one had been cut. I think this one's just naturally like flat and round and beautiful. Anyway. Dread here. And a redonkulous amount of loose hair. But where are you going, Dreddy? Don't you want to be a part of the party? A part of the party? Look at all the loose hair. So it's pretty interesting. Oh, this is one of the twins. This is the other twin. And even, I can't, God, they're so big now. These were the ones that I split. Imagine how big they would have been had I not split them. Because they would have been ridiculous. This one's interesting. This. Pretty. Sisters. My twins. Not my twins. There we go. Oh. There we go. They started looking exactly the same. And now they're completely different. Ta-da! And go to the other side. Underneath. Oh yeah, that one was the cool one that I showed in the last one. It's really shrinking up. Shrink. These are being, ooh, that one's kind of neat. And is it going? Is it gonna go? Oh, I think trimmed. This one I loves it so much. Look at all that. Look at that. Ah, it's so long. Do y'all see this? Do y'all see that? Do you see what that is? Do you know what that is? That's a bead. I thought I had my boyfriend go through my hair and look for all the freaking beads. Crash. Die, bead, die. Loose hair? Loose hair? No, dready. Yeah. Ooh, 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 ooh. It's kind of cool. Where is it? Scalp is doing pretty good. Not scalp. Crown. Baby dread is up front. Because I like little dreads near my face. Lots of loose hair. So. Alright. Alright. Now. Let's talk real quick about my dandruff, but I'm just going to make it a quick synopsis. If people want me to talk about it more in depth, then I will. But so before I had dreadlocks, I used coal tar and Head and Shoulders, and started using coal tar and Head and Shoulders again. Didn't do shit. So I amped it up a little bit, and I started doing Dandruff, which is a 2-in-1, and yes, a 2-in-1 on dreadlocks. And main ingredient is salicylic acid, that one, and works most of the time, but I smell like medicine, so it kind of sucks. But point where I only had to use this ever so often. I also started using a little bit, only occasionally, this one. It's Selsun Blue. It's selenium sulfide, and works great. So, but using the Head and Shoulders, using the coal tar, like almost every day, and nothing was happening. I was using the apple cider vinegar. I just couldn't wipe it out. So I did something a little bit drastic. Oh, it's freaking great. It's the original Listerine. It's an antiseptic. Part of what dandruff is it's a bacterial overgrowth, and Listerine is an antiseptic. So it works really well. And then I can now actually use real shampoo and conditioner, and I've been using these. They're great. Giovanni Tea Tree Triple Threat. Yeah, so I've been using that. And been doing all of it in my fancy pantsy clear ketchup bottle from Walmart. I think it was like, what, 60 cents? Maybe. And put a little bit of that in there. Water down with water. Go figure. And if you don't know how to do it, then you should go check out Quotidian Light, because she's a big proponent of squeezy bottles. And she's right. They're awesome. There's another thing I've been doing, but it's a little bit for my hair, not really, mostly for my skin, and it has been this. It's jojoba skincare oil, and the way you spell it is like this. and it's super awesome and super expensive. So, but one bottle is supposed to last you forever. It's great. And if you don't know about jojoba, you should go research it. Be a good child of the internet and research it. Beads. And I used lots of beads. I used silver beads. I used all different kinds of beads. And because of my job, because of like multiple things, I took out the beads that were very obvious and started using wooden beads, very small wooden beads. And they worked really well. I actually have one back here that still has a bead in. The bead is there. So there's dreading here. It's mostly loose here, but that's basically how I started all of my dreads. And the beads started basically migrating through my hair as the knots were forming, and they started going down to the ends. And so they were no longer serving a purpose because they weren't decorative beads, they were beads with a purpose. And a lot of people use rubber bands. Why use rubber bands when they melt in your hair and they're a pain in the ass to get out when you can just use beads and you can crush them? Somebody suggested it to me on YouTube. I can't remember who. Whoever it is, please comment and tell me that you were the one that suggested it to me because it's friggin' brilliant. You're a genius, whoever you were. And so I would take my handy dandy pliers and crush them. I still have natural dreads in that I haven't really done anything to quicken the dreading process. So I'm still natural, but I'm not organic because I'm using products, which is fine. I've accepted that. It happens. But I can't be organic because of my dandruff. And because of all this loose hair, I'm going to take one more baby step away from true organic neglect dreadlocks, and I'm going to do something that's called sewing in, and you should check out this link. It's great. It doesn't tear up your hair, you don't break strands. I can see no drawbacks of it, and I've done a shit ton of research about hair in the past, 13 months? So comment if you have some hate about sewing in, because I for once, I want to know about your sew-in hate. Not regular hate, just sew-in hate. Now let's get to the fun stuff. So, public life, private life, things that people have been saying to me. Before I was getting not a lot, but a couple disconcerting, kind of like poke you in the eye, negative comments. I've been getting less negative comments and more neutral comments. I pulled up to a gas station, and this guy walked up to my passenger side window, and my dog, Rain, was sitting in the back seat, and she doesn't like people scaring her, not her thing. And I rolled down my window, and he asked me if he could pump my gas. And Rain, you could say she lost her shit, basically, because he scared the shit out of her. She didn't realize that he was there. And he looked at her and goes, "Whoa, Squiggles, don't bite my head off or anything." And he starts talking to me, asks me if he can pump my gas, and I tell him no. He wanted some money from me, so I gave him some money. And he started hitting on me. So, word of advice, don't hit on the girl that you just asked for money from. Don't do that. Yeah, no. And so he started saying, he was like, "I see you rocking those dreadlocks, girl. You so beautiful." I was like, "Thanks. My dog's still barking at you." So, yeah. I guess you would call me, I'm functionally shy. That's a good word for it. Because I don't appear as if I'm shy, but on the inside, I'm like, I'm so self-conscious. So, I saw 2 people in the past 3 months with epic dreadlocks. Like, I might have just, like, splooged on the pavement. Like, that happened. And both times I didn't have the courage to walk up to them and be like, "Hi, I like your dreadlocks," because I'm afraid of, like, fellow dreadhead judgment, I guess. I don't know. What else? Oh, yeah! So, walked into my local liquor store and start asking the guy where certain stuff is, and he's bald as a cucumber, as my mother would say, and he says, "Do you have dreadlocks?" And I said, yes, I do. And he goes, "That's awesome." So we start talking, and I tell him I have a YouTube channel and all this shit, and he goes, "My daughter has been trying to do dreadlocks, and she wants to do them so badly. Can you help her out?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." So I got the first offer to do someone else's dreadlocks. And I think that's a good thing, because there's a lot of things that I would do for other people that I wish I could have done for myself in the beginning, knowing what I know now. I freeze to death in the winter. I hate the winter. I want to move to the equator during the winter. And a friend of mine has the same sympathy or hatred of the winter as I do. And what does she say? People say she drinks lava and lives on the sun. And so she really wants dreadlocks, and I think I'm going to do twisted dreads for her. So I'm going to do that. And I also twisted some dreads for a friend of mine who has afro-textured hair. He was very grateful, and he paid me a little bit for that. So that was fun. I'm turning into a walking dreadhead billboard. It's so much fun. Also, as a side note, to all of my followers that sound really awesome on their comments and stuff, I'm like, oh shit, I want to be YouTube friends with them and check them out on YouTube. And I click on your YouTube channel and you don't have any videos? How am I supposed to know you without videos? Upload videos, even if they're over stupid shit. I want to know you guys.
No.